Okay, let's talk about Fujii Kaze. The guy is a total musical phenomenon. We're talking about an artist from Japan who, in just a handful of years, has found this level of global success that's just incredibly rare. So what's his secret sauce? Today, we're going to deconstruct his unique approach to figure out what makes it so powerful.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? How does an artist break out of what's traditionally a domestic market and build a massive, genuine international following in only 5 years? It's a fascinating puzzle, and the answer seems to be this really unique combination of ingredients.
And, it is a puzzle. Because think about it. Japan has countless incredible top-tier artists, but most of their success stays right there within the country's borders. Fujii Kaze is one of the very, very few who has actually broken through that barrier. And that makes his journey not just a success story, but a really important case study in modern music.
So let's dive into ingredient number 1. And of course, it has to be the music itself. At the absolute heart of every single Fujii Kaze track is a mesmerizing melody. And this is no accident. It's the very foundation of his sound, the core of his whole creative process.
His creative process actually points right back to his roots. Kaze has said that for him, melody always comes first. It just flows from these incredible piano skills that he's been showing off on YouTube since he was a kid. He treats it like a real craft, with disciplined, daily practice, making sure his technical skills are always sharp enough to serve his creativity.
So where do these unique melodies even come from? Well, he pulls from an incredibly wide musical palette. He just seamlessly blends elements of jazz and classical with modern J-pop, and he's clearly got a soft spot for Western pop, especially from the 80s. This mix of so many different styles gives him this bottomless well of creativity to draw from, and what you get is a sound that feels both familiar and totally new at the same time.
But look, killer melodies, that's only half the story. They're paired with something just as powerful, his lyrics. And this brings us to the second key ingredient. This is the soul of his music, the stuff that gives it such profound depth.
A core philosophy that you'll find running through his work is the Buddhist concept of Shogyo Mujo. Basically, it's the idea that everything is transient, that nothing is permanent, and understanding this is absolutely crucial to getting the message in so many of his songs.
For example, take his song Michite Yuku. It has the lyrics, letting go, becoming lighter, flowing to fullness. That is a direct musical expression of Shogyo Mujo. It's this powerful call to just release our attachments and be present in the flow of life.
And this ties right into another major theme for him. Living authentically, right here in the now. In his song Moyo, he sings about burning brightly without trying to act all cool or tough. And that's a message that hits home for pretty much everyone, right? This idea of dropping the facade and just embracing life, the sweat, the shame, all of it, as if tomorrow isn't guaranteed.
Now that whole theme of authenticity, it's not just in his lyrics, it's who he is. And that's our third ingredient. For a top artist, Fujii Kaze is remarkably humble and down-to-earth, which is a huge contrast to the usual industry vibe. Think about it. How many artists from regional areas kind of develop this inferiority complex, where they stop using their local dialects to fit in? Well, Kaze does the complete opposite. He shows this deep public affection for his hometown in Okayama and genuinely embraces his local dialect. And he doesn't just talk about it, he literally weaves it right into his art. You can hear phrases from his Okayama dialect like shiran kero or him using washi for I, right there in his hit songs. It makes his authenticity so tangible, and it's just this refreshing display of pride in where he comes from.
Okay, so we've got incredible music, deep lyrics, a super authentic character. You have all the pieces for a beloved domestic artist. But how did this message break out of Japan and connect with the entire world? Well, that required the fourth ingredient, a conscious, strategic global reach.
And this is so crucial. His global mindset wasn't an accident. Not at all. It was actually nurtured from a very young age. His father had the foresight to see YouTube's potential for global exposure and pushed him to learn English and think beyond Japan's borders. The result is that his English isn't just for some clunky translation, it's a real tool for him, for genuine artistic expression. He writes really compelling lyrics in English, and maybe most importantly, he can connect one-on-one with his international fans during his world tours. It's a level of connection that, let's be honest, Google Translate could never pull off.
So when you put all these pieces together, these 4 key elements, what you get is this incredibly powerful formula. His success isn't just based on one single thing, but on all of these parts working together in perfect harmony.
So let's just recap them real quick, the 4 pillars of his success. First, those mesmerizing melodies that are the foundation. Then, the deep, philosophical lyrics that give the music its soul. Third, that authentic, unassuming character that makes him so relatable. And finally, the strategic, global perspective that built a bridge to the rest of the world.
All of this really leads us to a much bigger question, doesn't it? In an age where authenticity and global connection are valued more than ever, is the Fujii Kaze model, this blend of profound artistry, genuine character, and strategic vision, is that the new blueprint for global music success? Something to really think about.